Okay, it is the final day of the barbecue tour. We are in Birmingham. We are at Jim and Nick's Community Barbecue. And I don't know, I'm feeling a little better than I was last night, but this is definitely beginning to take a toll on me. How about you, Jason?
No, I'm good to go. Like, if I could extend this, make this a life, year-long thing, quit my job, I'm on it.
So Travel Channel, maybe you're listening, huh?
The meat dragon that lives within me.
Oh, gosh.
It is a fine dragon at that.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, I guess.
What should we expect in here, Jesse?
Okay, so here, I've been here before, not in Birmingham. There's one in Charleston that I went to. It was, I'm gonna focus on here and now. So apparently the onion rings, the fried green tomatoes, and their biscuits here are awesome, as well as all the meats. Like,
I was gonna say, is there barbecue too?
Yeah, the barbecue. Well, you know, I can start off with that stuff, but yeah, all the meats are supposed to be spectacular, and I don't know. I guess we'll go in here and find out.
All right. So one of the best parts of the trip so far here at Jim and Nick's, we met the manager of this restaurant who actually started here as a hostess and worked her way up, and she talked about how all of the Jim and Nick's in Alabama actually grow their own pigs, raise their own pigs for use at the restaurants. So we thought that was pretty cool. We'll talk more about it outside. We got to get out of the traffic way, but it's pretty awesome.
Okay, so here we are at Jim and Nick's. We just got an order of onion rings, which look like they're fried to perfection. They look nice and crispy. It's a bigger order than we got over there at Johnny Ray's. So I'm like, my mouth's watering. I don't even know why. I'm not really hungry, but my mouth's watering. So I'm looking forward to this.
They gave us two sauces on the table, so we have the original and the habanero. The original is much like the Johnny Ray's, a little bit tangy, kind of sweet. The habanero, very spicy, but good. I think that's going to be my choice to put on stuff today. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so our food just came. We got, you know, the sampler platter. We got a little pulled pork right here. Asked for it chopped. Doesn't look chopped. Got the ribs. They've got a nice glaze on them. I mean, look at. Oh wow! Look at that. You're loving that right now. It's all right to like it. Got some.
So the meal's almost over. We finally got these awesome cheesy biscuits we've been hearing about. So pretty excited to dive into these.
All right, we're here at Jim and Nick's. We just got through eating. My friend Dusty, he decided to tag along for this adventure. I'm gonna tell you what, we had the beans, really good. They had a little bit of that pepper flavor, but couldn't find any of the peppers in there. It's raining, really loud. The pulled pork was good. They served it with pickles. I don't know why you'd ruin pork with pickles, but they did. Sauce was good. Their habanero sauce, really spicy, really good if you like habaneros. Overall, you know, I'm gonna give it 2 wet naps. Pretty good little spot.
I'm a local here, and I probably eat Jim and Nick's a couple times a month, every month. So I was very familiar with the most of the items on the menu. But they ordered onion rings, which I had never had. They were excellent, very crispy. I'd give a thumbs up to the onion rings.
And then, you know, we had, like Jay said, we had the ribs and the pork. The ribs were phenomenal. Probably my favorite ribs I've had, at least in the past few days. They came out drenched with sauce, had a great char on them. Just a really, really good flavor overall. Incredibly tender, probably the most tender ribs we've had. There's only a few other places that we can say that about. You know, Central up in Memphis, probably, what was that? Johnny Ray's last night was pretty tender. But man, these were just out of this world. Great, great, great ribs. And like I said, the sides were all really good. The coleslaw was good. The baked beans were good. And Jesse, why don't you tell us about that bread, man?
Yeah, so the bread they brought out is like basically little muffins slash biscuits. They call them biscuits, they look like little muffins, right? And it's the first cornbread we've really had. So it had little bits of corn, like it was hot, and by hot I mean like warm, not temperature hot. So it was a little sweet, like it was awesome. Now, I alluded earlier that I've had Jim and Nick's before. This was over in a different state, okay? Jim and Nick's here far exceeds Jim and Nick's I had at another state, okay? It was awesome. On top of that, We had our server was awesome. She was
Ashlyn, big shout out to Ashlyn.
Big shout out to Ashlyn. She went to Auburn. She's kind of famous. She was on TV. But the manager came over and a lot of information just about, you know, Jim and Nick's and what their goals and mission and like how they do everything. Everything here is homemade. I didn't realize that. It was just real cool experience being here. And
definitely that like southern hospitality.
Yeah, for sure. And also like a couple people, like Alabama has been a little bit different than the other stops we made along this tour, in that people just overhear us talking about barbecue, and like just random people come up and they're like, hey man, you want to go to the best barbecue in Alabama, you better go over here to this place, right? So that happened here again, and it's just real. So we're gonna hit it. It's called
Big Daddy's.
Big Daddy's
in
Warrior, Alabama. Whoever heard of that place? So we're gonna go over there. But it's just been an all-around great experience here at Jim and Nick's.
So what would you rate this Jim and Nick's?
So I'd rate this Jim and Nick's. You know, I'd say those ribs are pretty. I'd give it three wet naps, a toothpick, and they gave me a mint, so I'm gonna say mint too.
Yeah, and I'd say the same. I'd say definitely a toothpick, probably 2.5 wet naps, which is going to have to round up to 3 because you can't just open half a wet nap. And it was awesome. So definitely, if you're in Birmingham, come check out Jim and Nick's. You will not be disappointed. Come to, what location is this?
This is
Oxmoor Road. Oxmoor Boulevard.
So come to the Oxmoor Boulevard location. Tell Jennifer, the manager, that we said hi, and make sure you get Ashlyn, the server. Now, before we go, we want our special guest, Dusty, to go ahead and give his rating.
What is it?
Wet naps,
Wet
1, 2,
naps?
3. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I would.
Bib.
You know,
bib if you think it's messy.
Bib's messy.
Yeah.
I love Jim and Nick's. I would always say 3 wet naps.
Any toothpicks you throw in?
1. I'd throw a toothpick.
Okay, all right.
Just for good measure.
All right. There you've heard it from a local and from all of us on the tour. Stay tuned for our next stop.
War Eagle.
Down in the south, I grew up next to the trailer park trash, next to the cats who drove in trick Cadillacs, next to the pickup trucks with winches in their tires, all back with the mud flat, next to the hood where if you drive down the wrong streets you get shot at, son. How could a cat in all of that survive the impact of being either white or black? He learned to make the tighter rap. In fact, they whistled Dixie in my face and I laughed. I learned to look beyond the shadow of Confederate flags. Yo, Southern till I die, nerdy gangster and lavish, cause I practice my verbal acrobatics snacking on catfish. And it's still as big a part of me as you'll ever know, cause I'm a Southern gentleman, I probably tell better jokes.